We are focusing on retirement planning. And retirement planning is important for a couple of reasons. One, from a sustainability standpoint, nobody is meant to do one thing forever. Life is about evolution, life is about change. So it's important that if you have chose to specialize in a field, or if you have not chose to specialize in a field and you've chosen to take a more general practice route, either way, there is going to come a time when the market shifts or you have to pivot. And sometimes you make the change and you go with the market, and then sometimes you take what you have earned and you go to live off of that, or you go to change your lifestyle. That is how I want us to start to think about retirement. So often we're thinking about, 67 years old, or Social Security, I'm not doing anything. But retirement nowadays looks like, all right, I'm 52. I'm no longer interested in the field that I'm in, or the field that I'm in is no longer interesting for me to be in. How do I want to pivot in order to go forward for the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years of my life, whatever the Lord blesses you with? Either way, when we think about retirement planning, it's not about the point where you stop working and you just live and do nothing. This is where you pivot from how you've been operating as you know, and utilize your assets to let that money work for you. Now we're getting into the conversation that we've always heard. We've always associated let your money work from you with the idea that money grows, interest compounds, investments should grow. And that is how we want to frame the retirement conversation. We don't have to wait until we get to a certain point in time in order to start accessing these assets. You start drawing down on those assets at a certain amount of time. You organize those buckets of money so that you have a tax strategy. Maybe this bucket is taxable, maybe this bucket is tax-free, maybe this bucket ends at your end of your life, maybe this bucket transfers. There are so many different options that you have to organize your finances so that it can sustain you. Retirement is not about stopping. Retirement is about sustainability. And sustainability comes with having a plan. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, here's where I am today. Here are a couple of areas or a couple years for me to get myself to a point where I can sustain. And it's doable. This practice is about meeting you where you are today. These CFP exams that I'm taking, all the studying materials that I'm doing, this content that I'm putting online, it is so that you and I can develop a relationship where I have strategies from these books that can apply to your real life. It's not about anything other than meeting you where you're at right now and then growing from there, because I have the tools and I have the knowledge to put it together. So let's work together. I invite you to book a meeting. My website is callbriaclark.com. You can also reach me at finance365class.com. Both websites will allow you to book a meeting and we can keep this conversation going. Remember, when we think about retirement, we think about sustainability, not stopping. You all have a great day. Peace out.